Hello, happy Monday to you. This is the web design video for Monday on week 15. And the big news is I've got your grades done for your websites and your CSS tests. They're in D2L right now, and the grade for your website is called second quarter grade, and the grade for your CSS test is third quarter grade. And when you finish the website you're working on now, which is the second website you're doing this semester, that will be listed as the fourth quarter grade. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go to this sample site, the Wildcord site that I've been using to uh, demonstrate different aspects of using WordPress and Elementor. We'll do some updates there, and then we'll go ahead and we'll add in WooCommerce to that site. And of course, WooCommerce is the most popular e-commerce plugin that you can use. And so if you guys want to sell products off of your websites, you can do that. Okay, so let's jump over here to the Wildcord site. So this is the site, and one change that I made, this menu item here used to say projects, and I changed it to products because projects sounds like, if you're trying to put up a professional website, projects are things that are being worked on, whereas products are things that are finished and can be sold. So I'm thinking I'd like this to be more stuff that you can sell off of this website. Um, so last week we edited these images in these sections and put those together. And then today I want to update this section, which is part of the template. It's this picture back here, and I've already changed this text here. I wanna make a picture of an app that I'm making in Wildcord or for Wildcord, and put that picture back here and update this text as well. So if we go back here to the dashboard, and I've already logged into this page here, we can scroll down to the appropriate section and right click and say edit section. And then the picture doesn't come up immediately because it's in the style section here. So then we can click on the picture, and if we look over here, we can see what size this picture is. It's 1920 by 800. So we can go into Photoshop and make a brand new picture, or I'm sorry, a brand new document. So 1920 by 800, and hit create. Okay, and so now we've got a blank image, which is the size of that ginormous picture that's back here in the background, right? Okay. Okay, let's jump over here to a program called Adobe XD. Now, Adobe XD is a prototyping program. It's used to do layouts for websites and apps, and you guys used that earlier in the semester to design a home page for your first web page. But if I jump over here to XD, you can see that this is an app that I'm working on. These are the different pages of the app. So, it's related to Wildcord, and it's got different scenes from the game and characters, and then the rule book, and there's going to be some music associated with, the weapons and the characters, some musical themes, and there's a community area here. So these are the graphics that I've been working on for the game. Now, at the top of each graphic stack here is this little iPhone 11 template, which I can pull off, that just shows you the shape of the sort of the chrome around the iPhone interface. But back here are some of the elements that I want to use. Like, for example, this orange sunrise or sunset kind of image here. If I click on that, that's something that I could bring into Photoshop and use as a background. So let's see if we have any luck just copying and pasting it into Photoshop. So I'll copy that and paste it in. Oops, paste. Okay, there it is. Now, looks pretty good. It might get super distorted if I do this kind of thing, but since it's just kind of a swirly sunset thing, we're probably going to be okay. All right, yeah, I think that still looks good. Now, what's more of a challenge is if I go back to the web page here, you see that maybe the way you want to do this is have some kind of image over here and then background, and then this is where the text is. So I'm thinking maybe that dragon that's at the bottom would be a good thing to have, this guy right here. But he's kind of small right now, and I'm afraid that if I copy and paste him over at this size, he's going to be too small. So I could resize him in Photoshop, but let me resize him here first, and let me copy him, and then go over to Photoshop and paste him in, and let me shrink this down. I didn't draw this dragon, by the way. He's a clip art dragon that I need to redraw, but he serves the purpose of looking kind of cool for right now. Okay, so now I'm going to flip this guy horizontally so that he's kind of facing the text he's facing in. And so that could be a nice background for me. So let me see what this looks like. So I'll just save this as a ping file on my desktop. I'll call it just dragon and ping and save. Okay. All right, so now I want to go back here. I can click on the image. I can click on upload files and select files. And then I just have to search for dragon.ping. It's nice when it comes up right away, but it sucks when it doesn't come up at all. Like, I have all these other dragons. None of them are dated today, so who knows what's going on. So that's always annoying. I get the feeling that happens when your computer has too much junk on it. Oh, here's the problem. Yeah. So the reason I couldn't find it was because it's still being saved, and you can see that down here. And once again, that's what happens when you have too many programs open or too much memory being used. So now that just disappeared. So now if I go back and try it again, I should have a little more luck. But also, you got to be careful if you always name your files the same thing. Like I have a lot of dragon.pings on here. There it is. Still not finding it for me. So one of the easier things I might do is just go to the desktop and look. But the point I was trying to make was, if you give your files a unique name every time, they'll be easier to find. Okay, so here's dragon.ping. So if I call it dragon123 or even put today's date on it or something, that probably would have been a little better. Okay, and so we want to insert that media, and that's what it looks like. Now, so clearly there's a couple things happening. One is it's changing the size. Like, I didn't think about the fact that it was cutting that guy off. His head was getting cut off and stuff, but now that I see it, I can see that it's cutting it off. But also, it's got one of those filters on it where it's making everything super dark. And I don't know if I like that. I mean, I certainly like this orange color a lot, but I don't know that I like the dark filter on top of it. So let's see where that option is to change that filter. Background overlay. There we go. So background overlay, and you can say what color you want, and you can say the opacity of it. So here it's going to be basically as dark as it's going to get, and there it's going to be completely gone. So what I have to do is determine, what opacity I want that I think will look good. So, I was fine with this opacity, with this darkening things up, because I think that looks pretty cool. But down here, I definitely want it to be lighter. I don't know how light is going to look really good. So right now it's as light as it's going to get. Yeah, I guess I don't like any of the darkening at all. I think it just looks poopy on this particular graphic. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave it like that and hit update. Now, of course, I can always, hit my little eyeball button here to preview this, or I can just go out to the other tab and hit refresh, and we're going to see what happens. And now that I started scrolling, I realized that he's being he's being cropped when we look in here, but you can still see parts of the dragon as you move up through this thing because that's just the way that this is. So I'm fine with that. Like I said, he's kind of a placeholder, and there could there could be more things I do here. I might take the dragon and move him over a little bit more, and that might look a little better. Why don't I try that? Just because it's good to get used to this type of thing. So when I look at that other image, I think I want to take this dragon. I want to move him down and in a bit. And so now I can save this, and of course this time I'll give it a really interesting name, like Dragon123, so it's easier to find. Make sure to save it as a ping. Make sure it's on the desktop, and then of course know that it's going to take a little longer than usual to save because I've got a bunch of programs open. So I'll come back and check on that in a second. But so my goal is to get him down a little closer to this, and I don't know how much he moved. Maybe he moved a little bit. Maybe I'll want to move him more. Sometimes you just have to play around with that to see how it's going to look. And then of course you have to keep in mind that depending on the browser size, it's also going to change the placement of that dragon. So uh, it's probably a good idea not to go too nuts on this just because it's going to change. Just make sure it looks decent, and it should look good in all the formats. Okay, that guy is still saving, and we'll come back next week and see that. All right, so while we're waiting on that picture to save, let's go back in here and let's change some of this stuff here. So we've got the Wildcord app, and we'll just sometimes you just have to knock out some text and you can come fix it later. So we'll say a mobile app to accompany the board game will allow players to access the rule book, read about the characters. Let's see what else. Learn about weapons, play musical themes related to the game, and then you always kind of want to end with some kind of big bang thing. So I'm just kind of doing it off the cuff here, but what you can do is go back and look at whatever it is you're promoting. In this case, it's the app itself, and so I look here at what these things are. Oh yeah, so there's a community aspect of it, and there's campaigns, and then there's the world too. So let me go back and try and incorporate that information. So players access the rule book, read about the characters, learn about weapons, play musical themes related to the game, and we'll just say, and join the online Wildcord community. Now, so that's the text, like I said, that I just pulled out of my head, and I can use it as placeholder text, and I can come back and edit it. And you want all the text on your website to just be perfect. You want it to be the right length. You want the grammar and the spelling to be absolutely perfect, and you want it to achieve its goal, which is to sell somebody on something. To get them to do something. Press the button, get a free coupon, make a buy something, whatever you want them to do. Now, one aspect of this that I can tell right away that I don't want to keep is this little extra piece of text out here. There's a saying in graphic design. It's called widows. Avoid widows and orphans. And widows, I think, I always get it wrong, but I think widows are one sentence paragraphs and orphans are lines that are words that just come out at the end of a paragraph and are on their own line. They just look bad. So what you want to do in a case like this is delete a couple words and get this one to move up. Let's just, for the sake of argument, let's look up widows and orphans. We'll say graphic. We'll say layout, maybe widows and orphans. I never remember it, but I need a mnemonic device. Um, a memory device. Let's see. In typesetting, widows and orphans are lines at the beginning or end of a paragraph which are left dangling at the top or bottom of a page or column separated from the rest of the paragraph. So where's the widow? Let's see. There's some disagreement about definitions. What one source calls a widow, another calls an orphan. Okay, maybe that's why I'm confused. So let's see. A widow, a paragraph ending line that falls at the beginning of the following page or column. So paragraph ending line. So that's the widow. But then the orphan, it doesn't show that. Paragraph opening line that appears by itself at the bottom of a page or column. Let's see. They should give us. This sucks. They don't give us clear examples. You would think that right there they would give you an example of it. Okay. Well, anyway. So widow is the ending, and the orphan is the opening. Let's just go with that. Okay. So we go back to here. And so that means we've got an orphan down here. So mobile app to accompany the board game. A mobile app, let's see. That will allow players access. That will allow players to access the rulebook, read about the characters, learn about weapons, play musical themes related to the game, and join the online wildcore community. Okay. So now I've gotten rid of that orphan and everything is good, everything is right in the world, right? So I can hit update and then I can go back to Photoshop and make sure that thing's saved. Yes, it has. So now I can go to the style section. Let's see, well, I got to right click here and say edit section. Go to style. Oh, what's happening? I'm getting the big nothing here. So let's see what is going on with that edit section. See here, it should show this image. So it's being really weird. The fact that it's not showing that is just weird. But oh well, let's just try and see. Oh, there it goes. Who knows? The shadow knows what's going on, but I don't know. Okay. Okay, this time we named it dragon123.png, and there it is. And the only difference is the dragon should be moved in a little closer. Insert media. And there it is. Yeah, and I actually like that. I think I got lucky. He pulled in the right amount. Of course, that's going to change with different browsers, as I said. So now we can go here. You can see where he was, and we refresh him, and that's where he is now. You could spend all day jiggling this guy around, but it's just not worth it. Okay, so there we are, and so the homepage looks pretty good. We took that template and updated every aspect of it to suit our needs and the specifications for our website. We took out some sections like that quote, that Adam Sandler quote. We put in a logo in these places. We updated the menu and got rid of that button. We left some of the sections intact as far as their layout, but put in new graphics and recolored buttons. And of course, in some sections like that, there's still, or like here, there's still some sections on the side. We could put some content in if we wanted to. Some sections here on the side, we could put content in. And of course, more widgets can be dropped in there as well. I already went ahead and updated my contact information down here as well. Okay, so I think we're looking good as far as like the home page and just putting in some placeholder content to make it look decent. So now let's proceed with installing WooCommerce and creating a product, a sample product. So what we'll do is we'll go back here to the back end. We'll click on this little guy here, and we'll say exit to dashboard. And then we'll go down to the plugins and we'll say add new. And we'll do a search for Woo. I guess WooCommerce is all one word. WooCommerce. Okay, so here it is, WooCommerce. You know, quick check here. It's got 4.5 stars, 3,500 reviews, 5+ million active installations, and it was updated a month ago. So those are all the key things to look for. You can read the details here about the plugin and get more information, but you know, all those things just tell you it's a really good plugin. Okay, so we're going to install it. We're going to activate it. Now, WooCommerce has a theme that they made, which is called Storefront, and they'll recommend that you use that. And if you don't have any other theme that you're using, and your website is just focused on e-commerce, it's a good idea to use Storefront. There's a lot of good stuff in there. But since we're using a different theme, we're not going to switch over their Storefront theme. So it says, get your store up and running quickly with our new and improved setup experience. You should definitely do this because their setup is really great. I wish more plugins and more software had a setup that was as good as this. So it's a good model. So let's click yes, please. Okay, so now they've got these different steps that they're going to take you through to set up your site. So your e-commerce. So let's click get started. So it says, you know, build a better WooCommerce, get improved features and fasters by sharing non-sensitive usage tracking. So I personally am not into that, but you can do that if you want. Okay, now let's see. I'm going to hit continue. I guess that's what I have to do to get past that. Okay, so activate WooCommerce service. Activate and continue. Okay, now they want you to activate this thing called Jetpack, which is a service that speeds things up a lot, I guess. Protects you against brute force attacks and accelerates your site. So let's see. I don't think I want to set up Jetpack right now because it's a whole nother thing. Let me see if it'll let me close out of this and go to the next step. Any chance of that? See, this is what I don't like is, you know, they force you. Some things are just really not cool. Like they should just give you a choice. Um, you know, because see, there's no way to get around this. So I take back what I said about their cool setup. I hate being forced to do certain things. So anyway, I'll go ahead and set up Jetpack. Boo. Um, so when you set up Jetpack, your setup will look probably different from mine because I've set up accounts with Jetpack in the past, which means I already have a Jetpack account. So I think all I have to do is hit approve. Something went wrong. You need to log into WordPress.com to enable Jetpack. Okay, let's see. So where do I go to WordPress.com? Try again or contact Jetpack. Okay. So yeah, this is the kind of thing where like now I take back everything I said about how nice their setup is. So all right, whatever. I'll go to WordPress.com. This is where you have to sign up for Jetpack. And God, I don't even know. Oh, I guess I'm logged in already. That's crazy. So okay, here I am. So they say I have to come in here to approve Jetpack. So let's see my profile account settings. Yeah, kind of a nightmare. All right, well let's try again. It's probably just going to give me the same message. Yeah. You need to log in to enable Jetpack. Okay, great. Thank you for the help. Let's see. Enable Jetpack. Yeah, okay. Let's see how we're going to do that. So, my sites. Uh, Site. Wow. Powered by Jetpack. It's not letting me. Tools, manage, domains. Maybe this will work. Select the site to open in domains. Oh, see, there's just like nothing here. This is such a nightmare. Okay. Um, wow. I'm actually glad when stuff like this happens, because this stuff happens to you guys too, and it's just such a nightmare. It's like, why should I go through all this nightmarish thing just to set up my simple thing? So anyway, boo on these guys. They stuck me in the middle of their setup. They forced me to try and get their software, and now I can't even easily get it. So it's making my life miserable. So let's see if there's any way I can jump out of this and just go to the setup again. Let's see. I really wanted to use this setup, so it's a real drag. Maybe I can set up a new connecting this Dreamco Media. GLMO, something went wrong. You need to log in at WordPress to enable Jetpack. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, like I said, this issue is going to be unique to me. You guys are probably just going to follow the steps and sign up and get Jetpack, and then be able to do the next steps in the tutorial. So I'm going to see what I can do to get around this personal nightmare here. So I'm going to go into my plugins, and it looks like Jetpack is already here. Oh no. Okay, wait. Yeah. Let's see. Installed plugins. So let's click install plugins. Scroll down a little bit. Yeah, Jetpack is there already. So that's just weird. Everything about this is weird. Anyway, but it's not updated, so let's update it now. And I don't know if that'll do anything, but okay, that's updated. Now, unfortunately, because I moved away from that screen, I probably lost the ability to do. Oh, there we go. Oh, here we go. It took me back to the start screen for WooCommerce, and here, notice this little thing right here, proceed without Jetpack. So I'm going to do that. Now, like I said, you guys can go ahead and sign up for Jetpack. It's not going to hurt anything. If you get into the same scary loop that I did, just go ahead and click on the WooCommerce again. Hopefully you'll get back to the screen, and you can do proceed without Jetpack. And then hopefully it'll let you keep going. Okay, so where's your store based? You guys should eventually get to this screen, so I'll just put, let's see, my address in here. Okay, and then country, region, let's see, United States, Arizona. Okay, and then continue. What industry? So, wow. Art, music, and photography. Not really. It's kind of a gaming thing. So I'll just say other description, games. We'll just say continue. Okay, what type of products will be listed? Physical products and downloads. Now these things right here are all WordPress plugins that you can buy. So, or I'm sorry, yeah, they're WooCommerce plugins, and WordPress owns WooCommerce. So for $199 per year, you can set up individual subscriptions, you can set up memberships, you can set up what are called composite or personalized products, and you can set up a booking setup which will allow you to do things like if you were a massage therapist to book clients. So, but I'll just go ahead and do my two physical and download products. How many products do you plan to sell? Well, I don't know, 1 in 10. Currently selling elsewhere. No, not selling elsewhere. Okay. Now, these are some other software plugins that they just automatically want to add in. Market on Facebook. Okay, no problem with that. Facebook's a good place to market things. MailChimp is a great email program. It's for sending out email newsletters, and so I definitely recommend that one. Drive sales with Google Shopping. Well, of course, Google Ads are very big as well. It's up to you. If you want to turn any of these off, you just click this button over here to turn them off. I'll leave them all enabled for now and then hit continue. And it'll install those plugins, which of course I can always turn off later. Now, here's where they're trying to get you to go to some of their themes. The theme that they definitely would recommend to you, it would be Storefront, which would be this one right here. It's a free theme. But then they have a couple others here, like one's called Deli and Boutique and stuff like that. And then, of course, the paid themes, they're trying to sell you on these different themes that, you know, are specifically made for certain types of industries, right? And you can always get one of those if you want, or you can use the theme that you're currently using. So that's what I'm going to do. Continue with my active theme. Okay, woohoo, you're almost there. Based on the information you provided, we're prepared some final step tasks for you to perform. Once complete, your store will be ready for launch. Exciting. Continue. Okay. Add your first product, personalize your store, set up shipping, set up tax, set up payments. Okay, so let's do some of this stuff. So add your first product. Add manually, recommended. All right. All right, so this stuff up here, these are just warnings that WordPress is, let's see. Please set up website analysis to see audience insights. Okay, well, usually I just dismiss those, but it was telling me it's going to permanently dismiss it, so I don't want to do that. I want to come back to that. Okay, so now it's giving you a little bit of walkthrough product names, so I'll just call this widget, which is a generic name, right? This main, here you should describe your product in detail. So this is the best widget ever made. Okay. Now let's see what's next. Okay, choose a type of product. It could be a simple product, you know, which is just something physical that's for sale, or it could be a virtual product, you know, something that exists on the computer, or even a downloadable product. So I'm just going to keep it as simple for now, and we'll just say that my widget costs $5. Okay, let's see what's next. Check the virtual box if this is a non-physical item. Okay, got it. If purchasing gives the customer a chance to download it, hit next. So we'll hit next. Put your price in. We did that. Add a quick summary for your product. Okay, so I'm just BSing this, so I'm just going to put in my quick summary here. All right, good. We got that. Next. Upload or assign an image to your product. Here, the image will be shown in your store's catalog, right? So what I'm going to do is just go get an image, freeimages.com. Okay, this is my product right here. All right. Let's see, save image as, okay, desktop, we'll call it egg.jpg maybe. Hopefully it's a JPEG. It's a ping, it's not going to like it. Okay, so now we go back here, set product image, upload files, look for egg.jpg. Okay. There it is. We set that up as the product image. Okay, let's see what's next. You can optionally tag your products here. Tags are a method of labeling your products to make them easier to find. I'll say egg. So that gives you little tags, which are searchable keywords. Optionally assign categories. Okay, we'll assign new category to this. We'll call this widgets. And we'll add the new category, and there it is. It's in the widgets category. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it. And notice you can also put a gallery in here, so it'll show the big product image and then a bunch of thumbnails that you can click on to change them out. Change the image to the thumbnail images so you have a whole gallery. And then there's all kinds of other detailed stuff in here. You can put how much inventory you have in stock. You can put information about how much the product weighs for your shipping. If there's any other products you want to link this to, you can put in custom attributes, like if it's a t-shirt, you can put different sizes. These are some advanced features, and then you can, of course, probably get more plugins to do more cool stuff. Okay, when you're finished editing your product, go ahead and hit the publish button. Okay, publish. Next. Okay, so congrats adding your product. Let's continue the setup. Okay, personalize your store, create a custom homepage, and upload your logo. Okay, we'll click on that. Now, because I have a homepage already, I don't think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna skip this, but you guys feel free to go through this process if you like. You can create a homepage, upload the logo, and set a prominent notice about your store. So let me skip that though. Let me skip that because I already got that. Store notice text. Let's see where this is gonna go. So we'll call this wild cord store. Why do I have the feeling this is going to show up in places I don't want it to, and I'm going to have to get rid of it? But anyway, let's try it. Complete task. Okay. Okay, set up shipping. So we did set the store location already, so we have to set the shipping cost. So you can either do something like free shipping, or you can do shipping for different destinations, right? Now, by the way, there's all kinds of plugins that you can buy that will let you do all the crazy shipping stuff. You can ship with UPS or FedEx or the post office. You can make it so in real time it goes out and gets the actual rates from those services and places it in your shopping cart. Of course, those cost money. I think they average about $80 a year for one of those plugins. But anyway, let's just say that for my widget, it costs $1 to ship every widget, right? And then that's the United States. And then if you want to apply a different shipping rate for the rest of the world, so let's say it costs $3 for the rest of the world. Okay, complete task. All right, set up tax. Okay, let's see. Connect your store to WordPress to enable automatic sales tax calculations. Well, heck, that works for me. Okay. Oh, now here they go. They want us to once again do the whole jetpack thing. Oh, this is I'm back in the existing nightmare, but okay. Sorry, bear with me, guys. You guys, once again, you probably won't get something like this because you won't have an existing account that's somehow messed up. I'm afraid if I go to my existing account, I'm going to get the whole jacked up world thing again. So let me try making a new account if they'll let me. I may have made one. Oh yeah, see, different email address. Okay, let's try. I'm afraid I'll have used all my email addresses up. What a bummer. Let me see. Oh, I have one more email address. glimo@mail.pima.edu. I'm sure I haven't used that one. Okay, so there's my username, password. Okay, create my account. Of course, you could do this, continue with Google or Apple. Sorry, that username already exists. If this is you, log in now. Oh, how about glimo2? Maybe this will solve my Jetpack problem too. I don't know. So the deal is, of course, WordPress owns WordPress.com. They own Jetpack and they own WooCommerce. So they basically own everything. And what they're trying to do with Jetpack is it connects you up to WordPress.com and allows you to use their services, which speeds things up and provides all kinds of different goodies for you. Okay, Jetpack and WooCommerce can automate your sales account. Yes, please, definitely do that. Okay, so it looks like went through all of these. So let's do the last one, set up payments. And once again, now my Jetpack should be set up because I just created a new account for that. And I've already got the Jetpack installed. So, okay, set up payments. Okay, now here you can use Stripe, which is a very good online payment system. If you don't have a Stripe account, all you have to do is put in your email address here and they'll create a Stripe account for you. So I'll just put in, well, actually, GJLumo at mail.pima.edu. Okay, and then if you want to, you can also set up a PayPal account, PayPal checkout. And then let's go ahead and hit proceed. Okay, it's enabling my Stripe account. And then connect my store to my PayPal account. So I have to go into PayPal. I actually do have an account with them. And log in, and then it will connect me to my PayPal account. Agree and connect. Okay. Yes, that's my site. Redirect me. Okay, and once again, if you don't have a PayPal account, you'd have to get one set up before you did this step. But it's good to know you can do all that. Okay, is this card useful? Set up payments. Let's say, sure, we'll keep it showing. All right. And so now it looks like we're in this little admin section, which is showing us all our stats for our sales, right? So that's the WooCommerce dashboard. Now, I know that was kind of a nightmare. We had to go through the whole Jetpack thing, but we're finally set up. Hopefully you guys had some luck. If you didn't, if you got stuck anywhere along the line, you can go to WooCommerce, which is at woothemes.com. And then you can go under support and documentation. And there should be some get started, right, with WooCommerce. So here's a bunch of links to how to get set up with WooCommerce. And, you know, they have really good steps here. So, you know, let's click adding and managing products. And, you know, they take you through it one little step at a time. They have little screenshots and stuff. So this is a really good tutorial here. Okay, but let's go back to our website. And now if I refresh the website, there should be some extra links up here. Because when they add a store in, they always put extra links up there. So let's see. Oh, remember I said that it was probably going to put this thing up here that I would hate and would have to get rid of. Well, guess what? It came true. So I'm going to have to go in and figure out how to get rid of that. Anyway, so it looks like it didn't add the new menu items here that I expected. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to menus because they always throw a couple new pages in there. It looks like I didn't allow them to add them though. Oh, this is why. I didn't have this checked. Automatically add new top level tier pages to this menu. If I had that checked, it would add the new pages. So the new pages they make are My Account, Checkout, Cart, and Shop. And yours may get added to your website. If you have this thing checked, that will definitely get added to your website. Now, of all of these, you know, Shop is the most important one. Checkout and Cart are also very important. But if you want, you know, you could always indent those under the My Account here. so that you just don't have as many menu items. You just have this one, and these are drop down. So we can go ahead and click Save Menu, and we'll go ahead and take a look at how this looks on the front page here. So see, now we have this shop here, and we have My Account, which is a drop down, and oh, that's interesting. It's not formatting the links correctly. It's probably has the links in white on a white background. So, that's something I have to look into, which is good because, it'll help you guys figure out what's going on if you have a similar problem. But anyway, for right now, well, that's interesting. When you click on it, then they come in and they're in black on the white. So totally interesting and weird. Okay. So anyway, but I'm not really that interested in having that there now if it's not working. So I'm going to temporarily get rid of these links off the website. So I'll just open up each link and hit remove, and then update by menu, and then go back to my home page here. I got to remember to keep one of these on the front page, right? And then one in the dashboard. Okay, so now we should have a product in the shop. So we click on shop. There it is. There's our widget, right? The egg. And of course, you can click on that and it will give you the detail page, which gives you the price and the description, the ability to add it to your cart. And then if you had linked it to other products, other products would show up down here. If you had added gallery images, they would show up under here as thumbnails. But anyway, we can click add to cart. And what's nice about this is it does give you the option to view your cart. And so we can click view cart, and then here it is. Here's the e-commerce checkout. You notice we can apply a coupon, and there is a section in the dashboard for coupons where you can add coupons into to your products. Let's see. Let's go to WooCommerce. Yeah. So WooCommerce, and then coupons, and then create your first coupon, and this will walk you through creating a coupon that people can put in there. But anyway, so it looks like that's my cost. Oh, it says it thinks I'm going to shipping to Arizona, the United Kingdom. Well, that's not right. You know what? I probably messed up when I was putting in my address. You guys might have seen me do this. I probably clicked on UK instead of US. And so that sucks, but I can go back and fix that easily enough. And then, oh, hey, come on. It had Tucson there for a second, and then it just took it away. Tucson. Please. Okay. All right. Update. So that should take my shipping from $3 to $1. It's automatically calculating my tax, and now I can proceed to checkout. Okay. And then it's giving me the PayPal option because I actually do have a PayPal account. If you guys don't have one, you're not going to get that, but you could use Stripe, which we set up an account for them. And then you just go in here and you literally put in all your information and your credit card and place the order, and it will actually place the order. It's a working system, which is really cool. I mean, aside from that jetpack thing, it's a pretty seamless operation. It works super well. And like I said, it's one of the best ones out there. It's my favorite, warts and all. Okay, and here it's prompting you to enter a coupon code if you want. And I also want you to notice that this page here is a secure page. We have the little lock icon there, which means that we're in a secure location here where we're going to submit the information to the payment processor. Now, when you guys set up your websites, it's very possible that you won't. It's probable that you won't have secure websites. You may not get this lock. There's a special thing you have to do. You have to go into the SiteGround dashboard and set up a secure site and everything. Maybe I can show you guys that in another video. But if you have problems at this point where it says your site is not secure, set up a secure site or whatever. If you get any prompts like that, let me know, and we'll, like I said, I'll incorporate that into the next video how to fix that issue. But anyway, there we are. We're good to go. We've got an e-commerce system in here. Obviously, there's some things I need to change. I need to go back and dismiss that little header that I knew was going to be annoying, but I did anyway just to show you guys, and change my address from the UK to the US, and whatever things, figure out what the issue is with that drop down menu. And so there's plenty of bugs to work out, and we'll look at some of that in the next video. Along with other things, I'll show you some of the plugins and some of the ways that you can extend your e-commerce. And I'll even try and show you some of the other e-commerce platforms you can use. I heavily favor WooCommerce, and I recommend it to you heartily. But there are a bunch of them out there, and maybe there's something that you would like better. So I'll try and point you in the direction of some of the other ones. Okay, so that's it for me for today. So hopefully you guys learned a few things. Please continue to work on your websites. The end of the semester is not that far away. We're just a few weeks out from it. Please feel free to email me if you have any questions or you want feedback on your website. I'd love to see what you're doing. And then, at the end of the semester, we'll take a look at everybody's site and give you your grades, and you'll be good to go. All right, so have a good week, and I will talk to you again in the video for Wednesday.